In this video, I'm going to show you how to pick a brokerage, and I'm actually going to break down how I picked my brokerage. Now, why am I qualified to tell you how to pick a brokerage? Because I've been with probably almost all of them, okay? I've been with KW, I've been with Remax, I've been with Compass, I've been with Realty One, and now I'm with EXP. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. If you find value in my content, hit the thumbs up button, and please don't forget to leave me a comment. Now, who am I? I'm Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Now we're going to get into how we actually pick brokerages. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to look at is the split. Now, splits are all over the place. When I was at Keller Williams, the split was 70-30. When I was at Compass, the split was 85-15. When I was at Remax, the split was 90-10. And at EXP, it's 80-20. So an example of that is if I get a commission for $10,000, if you have the 80-20 split, $8,000 would go to me and $2,000 would go to the brokerage. Now, you have to look at each company and their split, and I'll tell you why. Because if you go with a flat fee brokerage, one of the 100% commission brokerages, just know that there's not a lot of money left over for training or resources. So a lot of people that go to 100% brokerages, they're super focused on the commission only. But with some of the other brokerages, have different things, different trainings, and different resources. And because of the split, it allows them to pour more back into the agent. Number two is cap. Cap is the amount of money that you're going to pay to the brokerage. After you reach that cap, then every transaction after that is going to be 100%. Now, different brokerages have different caps. For example, when I was at Keller Williams, our cap was $23,000, and all the other brokerages I was with, I think the cap was around that space. At EXP, your cap is actually $16,000. So what that means is, again, we're on an 80-20 split. So that 20% will be taken out of your commission and will go to EXP until you reach that 16,000. And then everything after that will be 100% commission. So when you're looking at a brokerage, you want to understand what their cap is, because that's the money that you're going to be paying them up until that limit. When choosing a real estate brokerage, the third thing that you're going to look at is fees. Now, with different brokerages, some have monthly fees, which people call desk fees. You also have transaction fees. There's some that have listing fees. There's some brokerages that have royalty fees. So you want to find out what you're getting for your fees. The issue is not the fees. The issue is what are you getting for your fees. So you want to make sure when you're comparing brokerages, what are the overall fees compared from one brokerage to the other? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, what are you getting for those fees? Because if you're charging me a bunch of fees, but I'm not getting anything for them, then this doesn't seem like a fair exchange. So make sure that you ask and make sure that you're clear on what fees your brokerage is charging you. The fourth thing that you're going to look at when choosing a brokerage is additional income opportunities. Yes, every brokerage is going to give you the opportunity to help people buy and sell homes, but there are other brokerages out there that give you additional income stream opportunities. For example, there's revenue sharing opportunities. There's also profit sharing opportunities. There's some brokerages that allow you to invest in title companies. There's also some brokerages out there that allow you to invest in mortgage companies also. So the brokerage that you're looking at or the brokerage that you're at, make sure that you inquire about additional income opportunities. Number 5 in the things that you're going to be looking at when choosing a brokerage is ownership. Is that brokerage going to allow you to be an owner? Now, when I say an owner, I'm not talking about being a broker, or I'm not talking about being a franchisee. When I'm talking about being an owner, I'm talking about stock options. Is that brokerage going to allow you to participate in ownership of that brokerage? Now, that's going to be very important, because as real estate agents, we're convincing people all day to stop renting and to start owning, when a lot of us, we're renting our business. If we're in a brokerage and we're not the owner, or we don't have ownership in stock shares, we're renting our business. The sixth thing that you're going to look at when choosing a brokerage is training. What type of training does that brokerage offer? Is it online training? Is it in-person training? And what type of things are they training on? Are they training on the traditional training methods as far as cold calling, door knocking, farming, or are they teaching more modern techniques as far as social media? Are they using up-to-date technology? You really want to be focused on what training they give you, because that's going to be the foundation of your business in real estate. Number seven is support. Now, when you're looking at different real estate brokerages, this is going to be super important to your success. And the reason is you're not going to know everything. So, is that brokerage going to give you one person's number that you need to reach out to if you need help? Or is it going to be a phone number where you need to call down to the call center? Or is it going to be a chat online? You need to know what type of support you're going to get when you have a question. And this is actually a reason why I left one of the brokerages. One of the brokerages that I was at, I had one person for support. And when I contacted that person or reached out, they will call me a day or two later and say, hey, okay, what's the problem? Well, by that time, the fire was already out. So I didn't feel like I was being supported. So I went to a place where I thought, okay, I could get better support. So from the rip, you want to find out what is that brokerage's support system. If you have a question, what's the protocol? Number eight is culture. You want to understand the culture of the company or brokerage that you're joining, and you want to make sure it aligns to your values. You don't want to jump into a brokerage and find out that that culture is totally different, and maybe they're not so accepting of some things that you do or some things that you say. So you want to make sure that you're fully aware, you're super clear on the culture before you join a brokerage. Number nine, when you're joining a brokerage, you want to understand the difference between being a solo agent and being on a team. If you're a solo agent, of course, you're going to get more of the commission because you don't have anybody to split it with except your broker. Also, being a solo agent, you'll control more of your branding because you're branding yourself. Now, if you're on a team, you'll receive less commission because there's going to be a portion that has to go to the team. And also, you'll be in less control of your branding because most teams want you to push the team brand. Now, with a team, because you're probably saying, okay, well, what's the upside? Why do people join teams? Because you do get more support. That team may supply you with leads, but you want to be super clear on the benefits that that team is going to provide for you. I was actually on a team in one of the brokerages that I was at in the past, and it wasn't until about 3 or 4 months into being on that team that I realized that it wasn't worth the money that was coming out going to the team as far as what they were providing me. You want to make sure before you actually join a team that you understand what benefits they're providing you. Now let's jump into why I chose EXP. Like I said before, I've been with several brokerages, but as a whole, I feel like EXP is the best opportunity, and let me tell you why. The first is the splits. EXP is 80/20 with a cap of 16,000. So that means that you'll pay that 20% up until $16,000. Once you pass that $16,000 threshold, now it's like being at 100% brokerage. But on top of that, EXP has an icon award. Now, in most companies, when you reach a certain level, when you're the top dog, when you're the top realtor, they may give you a plaque, or they may give you a free dinner, or they may actually give you a hat that says capper. At EXP, when you reach a certain level, when you reach as far as the top echelon of being a realtor, there's something called the Icon Award. What the Icon Award is, it gives you the opportunity to earn your cap back. Right, you heard me. You have the opportunity to earn your cap back. Next, you get additional income opportunities. So, as I have already mentioned, in every brokerage, you get the opportunity to help people buy and sell homes. But with EXP, you also get a revenue sharing opportunity. Revenue sharing means that the money that EXP makes, they're going to share with you, not the profit like some other companies, but they're going to share the revenue with you. And they're going to share the revenue with you across the board. So EXP has different ventures, they have different business ventures. So they're going to share up to 50 cents on a dollar. Up to 50 cents on a dollar, EXP is going to share that revenue with you. Your question is how? By just introducing EXP to other agents. It's called agent attracting. So if you do a great job and you just share your experience with other agents and you're the reason for that agent coming into EXP, when EXP, remember I said that EXP, the split is 80-20. So what EXP is going to do is they're going to share some of their split with you. With EXP, as mentioned before, you also get stock options. Now, if anybody knows about the cash flow quadrant, you'll know that the poor dad side is the employed and self employed. Where if you're at a brokerage where you're only being an agent and you're buying and selling, you're still trading time for money. Now, you can reach monetary freedom, but there's no way that you reach time freedom because you're still trading time for money. So again, if we're looking at the cash flow quadrant, we have the employed and we have the self-employed. As a realtor, just buying and selling homes, you're still self-employed. But with EXP, by building a revenue sharing plan, you have the opportunity to be what? A business owner. So you're leveraging other people's time. And by with EXP's stock options, you have the opportunity to be an investor, which is leveraging other people's money and other people's technology. So just by doing the same things that you're doing at other brokerages with EXP, you have the opportunity to have other streams of income all under one umbrella. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the training. Listen, the training at EXP is the best, in my opinion, bar none. And like I said, I've been with almost everybody. There's 50 hours of live training a week, 50 hours, and they're done by icon agents. So they're not done by somebody who's been in the business for 30 years, who hasn't sold a home in 10 years. They're in a sales position because they want to get out of production. And now they're teaching techniques that were done 10, 15 years ago. No, these are people who are in the real estate streets right now. So the training from EXP, like I said, I think is the best bar none. Next, your broker is in the cloud waiting for you to come and ask them questions. I can't speak enough about this. When I first joined EXP, I was going in there every day. EXP has it set up where they're not wearing 50 billion hats. They're sitting there, they're there to help the agent, and they're compensated based on agent satisfaction. So their money is tied to how satisfied you are with them as a broker. So my brokers, any brokers that I come into contact with, they're just there to help. And they help you, they give you answers. And if they don't have the answers, they tell you where to go. And they help you out until the problem is solved. Closing out this training part, my sponsorship has 4 masterminds a week. So on top of all of the training that you get from EXP, my sponsorship has 4 masterminds a week. We also have a social media academy. We have a real estate investors academy, and we have a team building academy, and we also have a revenue sharing academy. Now, one of the most important choices that you're going to have if you do join EXP is the sponsorship that you join. And when you listen to my history, I said that I was at EXP at one time. And I left because I joined the wrong sponsorship for me. And when it was time for me to take a look out at other brokerages, the sponsorship that I'm a part of, the Wolfpack, is what got me to EXP. It makes all of the difference what sponsorship you join. So if you're looking at EXP, definitely set a one-on-one with me so we can talk about it, because what sponsorship you join is critical. And once you join EXP through a sponsorship, that's your sponsorship. You don't know how many people that I've spoken to, and they're like, they regret the sponsorship that they joined. Yes, EXP is great, but on top of that, you have different sponsorships. So before you do anything, before you pick any brokerage, or before you, if you know EXP is the one, before you make any choice, set up a one-on-one with me and let's talk it through. And hopefully I'll be able to guide you to the right sponsorship or the right brokerage. Because like I said, I've been with most of them. All right, y'all. This is Khalid Nathan Aleem. I'll see you on the next video.